Welcome back for another video. Be sure to like and subscribe, and let's get right into it. In this video, we're just going to prepare for the upcoming trading week of July 21st to July 25th, and we're just going to go through these 8 steps here really quickly just to prepare for the week mentally and just get ready for it. So for step 1, I always reflect and review on the previous week, just see what occurred, what happened, what I could have done differently. And really, last week was just a pretty straightforward week. It was kind of like a break-even week, maybe a slight profit, but I just was a little busy, so I missed a few trades, and it was just trying to get back into the groove of things after taking a little bit of time off. So this thing is just going to prepare me for this week mostly, and that takes us basically to step 2, just back testing and fine tuning. I already went back and just back tested what I did previously in the last week and what I could have done in the trades that I missed, just understanding my edge a little more and just understanding what I can do differently this week and how I can make sure I'm on the right side of things. So I may drop a separate video of that, just going over those results and those different trades that I identified, but we'll see. I'm just separate it out from this video because that would make this video pretty long. In step 3, in order to prepare, I always check the news and economic calendar of the upcoming week just so I know what's going to happen and what to prepare for. So we just go over and check the news. We see no really high impact news on Monday. We have a pre-market news on Tuesday, so we might see a big spike pre-market there, and be able to take some sweeps of liquidity out and trade the other side of it, but we'll see what happens there. Wednesday is in session news, so it might be a little patience that requires us to wait for on Wednesday. Thursday we have both pre-market news pre-market and in-market news or in-session news. So Thursday could be a little interesting as well. Just might have a little patience with Wednesday and Thursday. And then Friday is just pre-market high impact news, so nothing really to worry about there. So it should be an okay week, nothing too crazy, because next week is NFP week, so that will be a little more chaotic, but it should be pretty straightforward. Just have patience on Wednesday and Thursday. And that covers step 3. So going on to step 4, I always recommend analyzing a higher time frame than normal. So like I day trade on the 15-minute, so I would recommend at least jumping up to like a 4-hour daily to see what's going to happen on the week, probably on the over the week. So I always just jump up on the daily every week and just see where it might happen, where my price might head to. So right now we're really just like all-time highs, as you can see here. So it's really hard to just point out and say where price might go, but in the general sense of things, we have swept this liquidity here, and we've had a few highs here and played in this area a little bit, and we just swept another all-time high wick here as well. So it's easy to say that we can push back down some and have a bearish week and just push down and fill some of this imbalance here and target some of this liquidity at bare minimum here, but eventually, not sure when, but eventually here to go and collect this liquidity as well. Not sure when that would happen, but maybe one of these weeks when it's higher impact news with like NFP or some of the news drops and it causes another slight downtrend and collect a lot of liquidity, then push back up. So we'll see. I think at least it'd be reasonable to try to look for a potential bearish. We could at least sweep this, at least bearish a few days to sweep this swing low, but before maybe pushing higher, just continuing lower to sweep this. So we'll see. It is hard always and a little tricky to play with all-time highs in those ranges, so just have a little patience and just give whatever the market shows you. Take whatever it presents. And that covers step 4. So step 5 is to write your weekly goals out, just so you can understand what you need to do to get better and what metrics you can measure yourself on in order to understand how you can progress. So my goal this week is just to be consistent. I want to catch as many trades as possible so I can just collect a lot of data and just get it in my journal. So I just want to catch as many trades as I can and not miss as many trades as I have the past few weeks. So that's pretty much it for me. Just want to make sure I'm taking those trades and executing them properly. Then step 6 would be to write affirmations. I always recommend doing that just to get your mind right and start off in a positive state. So the ones I always do are like these right here. I am a consistent and profitable trader, or I have faith and desire in my trading ability, or I'm a disciplined trader who follows my system fully. So that's just the 3 quick ones that I always do. You can do whatever you'd like. You can use these or make up your own or Google your own. Just write them down in your journal or put them on your trading view chart or a sticky note on your computer, or do whatever you need to do to just have those played and say them to yourself before you start taking trades. You can just get in the right mindset. And that will cover step 6 first. So then step 7 will be to build your weekly watch list. Since I only trade SPX currently, I would only set like an alert here whenever this liquidity is swept, so I can understand, okay, we swept a pretty big side or big point of daily liquidity, and it might be time for us to look for buys and understand what might happen on the longer term time frame. So that's all I pretty much look for now, since we're at an all-time high pretty much on this daily candle. But I'd recommend setting alerts on any of the pairs you might trade and looking for those big key points and levels over the week. And that pretty much will cover step 7 for us. So step 8 will be just review your pre-trade checklist. This kind of just goes back to step 2, just backtesting and fine-tuning, make sure you're understanding your whole process and your edge. Just going through and fine-tuning it, making sure all your process is correct, make sure all your your brokers are logged in, you have all your risk parameters set, your journals and everything's ready for the week. Just making sure you're prepared to have a successful week. So with that being said, I'll go ahead and wrap it up here. Let's have a successful week. Let's have a good trading week, and I'll see you guys next video.